All right, let's talk about something every manager, every business owner hopes they never have to deal with, but absolutely needs a plan for. We're going to dive into a modern solution for a really old problem and show you how to turn a potential crisis into a calm, controlled, and efficient process. This is all about making your workplace safer, smarter, and saving you from a massive logistical headache. So, let's jump right in.
Okay, I want you to really picture this. It's the middle of the day and an accident just happened on your watch. Maybe it's a forklift, maybe it's machinery, maybe someone just slipped and fell. Now you go over to the employee involved and your stomach just drops. Something's not right. Their eyes are glassy, their speech is a little slurred, they seem off. You suspect they might be impaired. In that split second, a clock starts ticking and everyone is looking at you. What do? Your next move is absolutely crucial for everyone's safety, for your company's liability, for everything.
And that intense scenario brings us right to the heart of the problem, what I like to call the high-stakes delay. Because in these situations, your biggest enemy isn't just whatever substance might be involved, it's time. Every single minute that you lose introduces a whole new layer of risk.
From the moment that incident occurs, you are literally in a race against two different clocks. The first clock? It's biological. The human body is an amazing machine, and it's constantly processing and breaking things down. That means the very evidence you need to confirm impairment is literally metabolizing, disappearing with every breath. At the exact same time, a second clock is ticking. This one is legal and financial. The longer it takes to act, the more your company's liability grows. It's a double-edged sword, and it's sharp.
So let's look at the old way of handling this, because this timeline is, well, it's pretty painful to look at. An incident happens at hour 0. Right away, a supervisor has to stop everything they're doing, managing their team, keeping the project on track, and suddenly they're a chauffeur. For the next hour or two, they're finding a car, driving this employee across town, maybe stuck in traffic. Then you finally get to the clinic. And what do you find? A waiting room full of sick people, buzzing fluorescent lights, and you wait. And you wait some more. It can easily be hours before your employee even gets called back. By the time a sample is finally collected, 3, 4, maybe even 5 hours have just vanished into thin air. That's a huge window of opportunity lost.
And the costs go so much deeper than just the hours on a clock. These are the hidden costs that just bleed a company dry. You've got employee downtime, not just for the person being tested, but maybe their entire crew is now at a standstill. You've got your supervisor's time, which is incredibly valuable, completely wasted. Then there's the vehicle costs, the gas, and the massive liability of putting a potentially impaired person in a car. And let's talk about the big one, the one nobody wants to think about, the risk of adulteration. Every unsupervised moment on that trip is a chance for someone to try and cheat the test. These aren't just minor inconveniences, they're huge operational risks.
So when you lay it all out like that, the delays, the hidden costs, the risks, you have to ask, right? In today's world where we can get anything delivered to our door in an hour, does it really have to be this clumsy and this dangerous? Is there a better way to just eliminate all of this? Well, you'll be happy to hear the answer is a resounding yes.
And that brings us to the solution. And you know what? It's so simple, it's brilliant. Instead of you taking your employee and all that disruption to a testing site, what if the testing site came directly to you? That one simple shift in thinking changes everything.
So let's be super clear on what we're talking about here. On-site mobile drug testing is exactly what it sounds like. It's a professional service where a certified specimen collector gets in a vehicle and drives to your location, your office, your construction site, your warehouse, wherever you are. They show up with everything they need to conduct a secure, professional, and confidential drug or alcohol test right then and there. It's a total game changer.
Let's just put them side by side for a second. With on-site, the location is your turf. The speed is incredible. A collector is there within a couple of hours. That means maximum convenience, and here's the key, minimal disruption to your business. You're not losing half a day of work from 2 different people anymore. When you look at it this way, it's not even a fair fight. This isn't just about making life easier, it's a powerful business decision.
Now, I know what you might be thinking. Okay, this sounds great, but it has to be complicated to set up, right? Absolutely not. The whole process is designed to be ridiculously simple, especially when you're already under stress. Step 1, you make one phone call. That's it. And these services run 24/7 because accidents don't just happen from 9 to 5. Step 2, a professional collector is on their way. Step 3, they arrive, they conduct the collection discreetly and professionally. And Step 4, the sample is securely packaged and sent off to a certified lab. It's a clean, controlled, and efficient process from start to finish.
Okay, so we've covered the what and the how.
Now let's dig into the when. When does this service go from being a nice-to-have convenience to an absolute mission-critical tool for your business? Let's look at a few scenarios where on-site testing isn't just helpful, it's essential.
The versatility here is just fantastic. Post-accident and reasonable suspicion, those are the obvious ones we've been talking about, the high-stakes moments. But let's think bigger. What about random testing? Instead of the logistical nightmare of sending 20 people across town all day, imagine a collector comes to you and gets it all done in an hour or two with almost zero disruption. Or think about a job fair. You find the perfect candidate. Instead of letting them go home and maybe take another offer, you can get their pre-employment screening done right then and there. It's a strategic tool for so many different situations.
Now listen up, because this point is huge. This isn't just about your internal policies. Your insurance company is paying very, very close attention. After an accident, they want to see that you took swift, decisive action. The speed of that test can be the deciding factor in a workers' comp claim. It can affect your premiums for years to come. Having that on-site test result with a timestamp from just after the incident is rock-solid proof that you did everything right.
Let's make it even more real. Say you have a company driver who gets into a minor accident a few miles away. The old way is a mess. How do you get them? Where do they go? With on-site service, you can dispatch a collector to meet them right there or back at your home base. A collection is done within that critical 2-hour window. Now you have a result that truly reflects their condition at the time of the event. That is data you can take to the bank. It's defensible, it's clear, and it's powerful.
And here's a little pro tip that can be a massive advantage, especially for non-DOT businesses. Many on-site providers offer instant testing options. This means for negative results, you can get an answer the very same day, sometimes in just a few minutes. Imagine what that does for your hiring process. In a tight job market, being able to make an offer and onboard someone today, instead of waiting 3 days for a lab result, that is a huge competitive edge.
Okay, I want to hit pause for just a second and turn this around to you. We've talked about a lot of these logistical headaches, the supervisor time, the cost, the productivity loss. I want to know, what's the biggest pain point for your business when it comes to drug testing? Is it just the time it takes? Is it the paperwork? The awkwardness of the whole situation? Jump down into the comments below and let me know. I'm really curious to hear what the biggest real-world challenges are for you all.
All right, so let's say you're on board. You're seeing the light. On-site testing is the smart move. So what's next? You have to find a provider. And let me be clear, this isn't like ordering office supplies. This is a critical decision. You're not just buying a test, you are choosing a partner for your entire safety program. And that right there is the key. You have to shift your mindset from vendor to partner. This is a company that's going to be handling incredibly sensitive employee data. They're going to be a direct reflection of your company's commitment to safety and professionalism. You need a pillar that holds your program up, not just a service you call when something goes wrong.
So how do you find the right partner? Here's your checklist. This is what you need to ask. Number 1, do they have a medical review officer, or MRO? We'll get into that in a second, but spoiler alert, it's non-negotiable. 2, do they only use SAMHSA certified labs? This is your guarantee of accuracy. 3, are they true industry experts who can help you with policy or training, or are they just a collection service? And finally, can they keep you up to date on all the tangled rules and regulations? A real partner does more than just the test.
And if I had to circle one thing on that list in bright red marker, it would be this: true round-the-clock, 24/7 availability. Because that accident, that reasonable suspicion case, it does not care if it's 2 in the afternoon on a Wednesday or 2 in the morning on a Sunday. You absolutely need the peace of mind of knowing that you can make one call, anytime, any day, and get help on the way. That's the real test.
Okay, I've tossed out a couple of acronyms here: MRO and SAMHSA. I know, it sounds like industry alphabet soup, but I promise you, understanding these two terms is the single most important thing you can do to make sure your testing program is accurate, fair, and legally bulletproof. Let's break them down.
Think of an MRO as your expert medical referee. This is a licensed doctor who acts as a neutral third party. When a lab result comes back positive, it doesn't just go to you, it goes to the MRO first. That doctor then confidentially calls the employee and asks, is there any legitimate medical reason for this result? Do you have a prescription? This one step is critical. It protects your employee from a false positive, and it protects you from taking action on incomplete information. It is your ultimate layer of fairness and legal protection.
So where does that MRO get their information? They get it from a SAMHSA certified lab. SAMHSA is a part of the U.S. Department of Health, and their certification is the gold standard. It means the lab has met the absolute highest federal requirements for accuracy, security, and procedure. Using one of these labs means your results are basically beyond question. They're built to stand up in court. Honestly, if a provider tells you they don't use SAMHSA labs exclusively, just hang up the phone. It's a deal breaker.
I really love this quote because it gets to the heart of the matter. Building a drug-free workplace program is not a one-time thing. It's an ongoing commitment. Your business is going to grow and change, and you need a partner who can grow and change with you. Someone you can depend on not just for today's crisis, but for the next 10 years of building a safe company culture.
So after all of this, what's the big takeaway? It's simple. On-site testing isn't just a perk or a convenience anymore. When you do it right with a high-quality partner, it becomes a core strategic tool. It's a tool that makes your workplace safer, your operations more efficient, and your business more compliant and legally sound. It's all about taking back control when you need it the most.
So I want to leave you with one final question to really think about. Look at your current safety programs. Are they set up to just react after something bad has already happened? Or are you proactively building a true culture of safety, day in and day out? Because really, the choice between the old way and the new way of testing, it's a choice between those two philosophies.
Hey, if this explainer got you thinking and inspired you to be more proactive about your safety culture, do us a huge favor. Hit that like button below and make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel so you don't miss what's next. And of course, feel free to share this with anyone you think could use it. Thank you so much for your time today. We'll see you in the next one.